Ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for the Radio Rumble. Tape your hands, not your mouth. Remember when President Obama said this?
I'd rather be a really good one-term president than a mediocre two-term president.
Well, he's really acting like he meant what he said, or is he? Yesterday, he touted his 2012 budget as tough on government spending. Meanwhile, the White House projects the national deficit will reach $1.6 trillion this year. It's a record high. So has President Obama forgotten about the 2011 and moved to be, well, I don't know, he pushed to be reelected in 2012? For more on what America's saying, we turn to our Radio Rumble. From San Diego, you got Roger Hedgecock. From Washington, Ellen Ratner. And from Dallas, Mark Davis. We separated you because I know you won't agree. First things first, Roger. What do you think about this? What do you think about this budget? Does it show a guy who wants to be reelected, or does it show a guy who wants to get the economy back on track?
Well, I don't think it's either one of those things, Brian, because it's in this budget. If you look closely, there's 5,100 new IRS agents. There's a 15-cent increase in the gas tax. That's just what we need as gas prices are going up. There's horrendous deficits as far as the eye can see. In fact, the document promises we will never balance the budget in our lifetime, with trillion-dollar-plus deficits every year, driving up the debt to $26 trillion by 2021. This is not a blueprint for re-election. This is not even a blueprint for a rational person.
Right, Ellen, I got to tell you, I'm sure you're going to disagree, but I will say this. He does not take almost any recommendations from his deficit commission, who said we got to get serious about the deficit. He ignored them.
Well, first of all, this is his budget, and every presidential budget is sort of what they would say dead on arrival. They said that about Bush. They said that about Clinton. But, you know, if the Republicans are really serious about debt removal, why don't they take away the $20 billion that we give to oil company as a subsidy? That could pay for some of the changes that the president made, which I'm not too happy about, like the low-income heating assistance. Because if you take that from the oil companies, you could give more to people who just can't afford to heat or cool their home.
You have to feel heartened by this, Mark Davis. The New York Times calls it promising.
Well, I'm not heartened by anything that the New York Times editorial page likes. Roger's right. It's a cynical political document. Ellen is I understand, justified in her feelings that there are painful cuts ahead. But that's what we all. That's what you're more than welcome. But this is what we all have to figure out. It is not the federal government's job to help people with heating oil. It's not the federal government's job to help the states with cops. It's not the federal government's job to help the states with education. The federal government has to get out of all of these things, and when they do, and tax us accordingly less, the states will be more able to take care of these things as the Constitution suggests they should.
Hey, Roger,
last time I looked at the Constitution, it said something about the common welfare. Is that not important?
And that can, and God help us if we allow that to be as broadly defined as it has been in the past.
Roger, now it's going to go to the Republicans. They say in March and April we're going to submit a budget, and they will attack entitlements. Will they pay the price for being responsible?
Probably, because the last time they did this, actually cut the budget. The federal budget was cut in 1946 to 48 by 50% after World War II. It was done by Republicans who then lost the election of 1948 for their efforts. But the truth is, they set us on a path to prosperity in the booming 1950s. And we need that kind of guts again. We need that kind of leadership again. Cut this gargantuan leviathan of government back before it eats everything, including our great-grandchildren's paycheck.
Have great shows today. Roger Hedgecock, Ellen Ratner, Mark Davis, three great hosts, three great opinions, and we teed you up for three great shows. Thanks so much.